Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever you might be. My name is Mr. Polar12, and in my 19 years of life, I have played a multitude of games. Some were really good, and some were so bad they shouldn't even be considered games. In my search for good games to play, I learned that Epic Games was just giving away a new game or new games every month. And for 2-ish years, I have been accumulating those free games. At first, it was just a couple, then 50, then 100, and now it's at 200 games. 200 games that were just sitting in there untouched until I decided to play one game from my library every day from Monday till Friday. I call this the quest for some epic games. Every day I will download a new game from the Epic library. I will give the game at least 2 hours. That might change depending on the game. And at the end, I will rate and judge the game based on certain criterias. Number one, how hard the game's original soundtrack slaps, and how good the sound design is. That includes voice acting, background noise, and sound effects. Number two, how good the game looks to me personally. A game can have good graphics, but I might not like the design choices. Number three, originality and creativity of story. And number four, how good the gameplay experience feels overall. So join me on my quest for epic games. Also, I stream live almost every day. I'll pin the live stream details in the comments, so come hang out because it would be nice to talk to other people for once. Alright. Wait, how do I get out of here? That's so annoying. Oh my gosh. No, you buttholes. What the fudge? This is so messed up. What? Ah! Ah! Help me. How did I actually live through that, bro? I should have restarted multiple times. I'm getting outplayed so hard, bro. I'm actually so bad at this game. Alright guys, how about I play another game? This evil mother. I'm I hate this game. I hate this game. Whoever made this game, I hate. What the fudge? Let me start this off by saying I hate this game. I have played Dark Souls, Dark Souls 3, Elden Ring, and Sekiro, and they've never made me as frustrated as this game did. Wonder Boy the Dragon's Trap is an adventure 2D scroller, and it is the worst game I've ever played. Let's start with the sound design and music. I don't have anything against it. The OST is pretty good, and having an option to make it retro arcade style was a nice touch. The sound effects made sense and weren't loud and obnoxious. Instead, they reminded me of playing old games on the Game Boy I used to play. There wasn't any voice acting or narration, so there's nothing to say about that. The only thing I have against it is that listening to the same song whenever I respawn pissed me off. The way it sounded so happy and optimistic made me think that the game was mocking me for dying so many times. Wait a minute. Dead. Oh, what? I'm so bad at these types of games. Okay, cool. Oh. I give it a 7 out of 10 for the music and sound design. The visuals and art style of the game was enjoyable. I liked the pencil outlines around each character and found the character designs to be fun. The idle animations in the store for both the player characters and the NPCs looked really nice. I like the background art in each level. Actually, one of the reasons I played the game for as long as I did is because of the art style. It made the game interesting, and I actually wanted to see more of it. There were some unique enemy designs, and the bosses I fought looked cool, but it seemed like a lot of the enemies were the same enemies were just recolored, so that took away from the enjoyment a bit. Especially if you had to see those same enemies over and over again as they destroy any fun you were having in the game. But most of the enemy designs were good and interesting. I'll give the visual and art style rating a 7 out of 10. Now let's get on with the story. Your character is hunting down a dragon, and you seemingly defeat it, only to be cursed and turned into a dragon humanoid. The whole game just becomes a quest to break your curse and defeat the dragon you've been hunting. There is one thing that was different for gameplay, which I personally don't see a lot, um, is that as you defeat bosses, you also change form and fighting style. Curse the Mouse transformation. Curse it and its short range attacks. Overall, the originality and creativity gets a 7 out of 10. Gameplay, gameplay. I was optimistic about gameplay at first, but after just an hour of gameplay, I found myself defeated. I admit that most of my deaths were due to skill issue, but why do I have to suffer this much just because of one mistake? Many Souls-like do this, granted, after you die to the boss, you have to run back to it. But they don't do it like this game. In Dark Souls and Dark Souls 3, there are easy ways to get past everything and get back to the boss, like running past the enemies. But this game makes it so much more frustrating. And don't get me started with the controls. This game should never have been ported to the PC because it just doesn't work. Trying to run past enemies will just make you lose more hearts than if you just took your time killing them, and if you do it, it feels like a chore to do so. And the bosses, their breath attacks made sure I couldn't move and kept me stun locked for ages. It was like playing against Morgana League. Add that to having to play the mouse, and it was just unenjoyable. This game discouraged me more than my fight with Malenia in Elden Ring. It was fun until I realized that the only checkpoint was the starting town, so if you died, you had to run through the whole zone you died in. Where are the checkpoints? At least, give me more heals, please. Anyways, their gameplay score gets a 3 out of 10. At least it was playable. The game gets an overall score of 6 out of 10, and I would recommend this to masochists or people I hate. Bye bye. Rater out of 10. Wait, let me go back. I think 6 out of 10. Not detailed enough.